And I can't feel my footing, ground beneath me has turned to sand, floating upon cosmos and thoughts of you. And I'm here holding on to hope, it's so bittersweet, don't let them break you. In this first episode, I touch on who I am, what Mindset Magic School is, and how you can connect more deeply with me as well as this community. I believe that we can cultivate anything we wish for ourselves, and I aim to share interviews, mindset shifts, and personal stories to support you on your personal journey of actualizing such on your path. So you might know me from a few different places. You'll probably know me as vidakillz, which means you would know me through my music. If you do not, please feel free to check me out on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever music is streamed or downloaded. And that's vidakillz. You might know me as DJ Vida, which means you have attended one of my many clients' personal transformational events. Or you might just simply know me as Vida Marie. Regardless of how you know me, how long you've known me, or, if you're just brand new to me and tuned in on the suggestion of one of your friends or loved ones, side note, thank you for doing that. I'm really happy that you're here. So the three different worlds that I wanted to blend were, yes, the business world that I exist in from having a few different businesses, the music world that I have existed in for basically my entire life, as well as what's called the transformational world. So the music world, started making music probably when I was born, just kidding. But I had my first few releases digitally when I was, I believe, like 15. And I really got to the point with my music after receiving an onslaught of messages from my fans asking for support on different things or asking for advice and, telling me that they resonate with the messages that I was sharing in my music. I got to the point that I wanted to offer deeper conversations and reflections that were longer than an album, that were more in depth. And I have a really burning desire to offer my wisdom to my fan base and anyone else that I come in contact with, whether it's music or just out in the regular world. And this all kind of feeds into me really understanding and wanting to actualize the gift of what I feel my purpose to be. So if you tuned into my music before, or, if you're new to it, you've probably picked up on the fact that I talk about everything in my music. And I've started to see that folks that resonated with my messaging were really on the same wavelength as I. There were songs that I would release that were very cathartic, that I wrote around times that were difficult, such as being homeless or going through something difficult in a relationship. And, those, the people that resonated with those, I realized that I, didn't want to just leave them with this cliffhanger of being able to ease their pain body temporarily, that I wanted to really aid them in touching in deeper with their pain body and offer them tools on how to absolve or transmute whatever pain was existing in those moments. Now, if you haven't heard of pain bodies, I invite you to look up Eckhart Tolle. He talks a lot about pain bodies, and it's really cool. And I could touch more on that in a different episode. That's the music world. Now it's kind of my burning desire in that world, as well as, touching into the transformational world. So the transformational world, much of you probably know it as like the self-help or self-development world. I took my first course when I was 15 from this company called Landmark Education. So I flew out to New York and was with a group of amazing teens. And we really dug deep into the course that Landmark offers teens. It blew my mind, and then by the time I was 21, I had taken 4 of their other courses, and I actually wanted to lead courses for them. I wanted to make a profound difference in the world. I wanted to bring transformation to every single soul and every single being on this planet that I possibly could. And I saw that leading programs for this organization was a really cool way to do that. So I began to take some of their courses on developing myself to be a leader, as well as to help inspire and create other leaders in the community. And then in that path, on that journey, my intuition became very loud, and it told me that I would bring transformation to the world through my music. So I have pursued music relentlessly since, and I want to express that I mean more so than the music that I create. Like, I have literally been following the call of music. If you've seen me DJ at any of my clients' events, I'm listening to that call while I'm there. If you've seen me perform my music, I'm listening to that call while I'm performing my music, while I'm writing my works, while I'm creating live performance videos or even music videos. So to touch on kind of the first place that I really started to blend these worlds, if you've been following me for a few years, you know of the organization that I had started called Obsit Omen. That's Latin, and it translates to "May this be without omen." And omens are actually typically regarded as like I don't know how to put it, like a difficult situation or a difficult turn of fate, right? And with Obsit Omen, I would consider it the first iteration of Mindset Magic School. If you've, again, been following me for a few years, you probably received one of my self-care crisis cards. I will be relaunching those. If you are interested in one of those, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or leave a comment below about them. The self-care crisis cards were a simple 7-step pathway that I shared with folks to carry around with them, such that when they were going through something difficult, they were able to, pull out this self-care crisis card and ask themselves one of 7 questions and really allow themselves to kind of tap back into the present moment as quickly as possible. And I could share more about that in another episode if you'd like. And Obsit Omen, the basis of what I started with that was to have deeper discussions about depression and anxiety. And that is definitely something that I still aim to do with Mindset Magic School. So that's a little bit about me, a little bit about how this podcast was started, and so a little bit more about Mindset Magic School. Through Mindset Magic School, I also aim to offer folks tools on their journey towards deeper healing. And I intend to do that through various philosophies, mindsets, as well as weaving in some magic practices. I have a deep desire to cultivate a world in which I wish to exist. And many of y'all have heard the quote, "Be the change you wish to see." Since I was introduced to the transformational world when I was 15, that's simply been my journey. And my focus is to completely embody the morals, as well as the focus and the goals, as well as the energy that I really want to see globally on the entirety of the planet, such that every soul on this planet knows that they are loved, welcomed, as well as completely deserving of 100% healing and access to the tools or to whatever they need to get to that, to embody that, to cultivate that rather. And I know that looks differently for each person. And I aim to focus on offering tools of equity as well as inclusion, as well as, completely keep in mind the diversity of backgrounds that exists on this planet, whether through someone's heritage, through their upbringing, or various other ways that we can interpret those someone's background. Yeah, and all of that is to say that I'm really, really set on following my purpose. And just to introduce you to one of my mindsets, I believe that purpose is not defined as what you offer the world in the sense of like your title or the things that you tangibly do. So if you are, a carpenter, a doctor, a lawyer, things such as that, those are things that we enact to bring forth the embodiment of our purpose. And I really see purpose as based in the energy in which you cultivate in the world. So if you are a doctor, you're cultivating healing. If you are a lawyer, you're cultivating justice. You're cultivating empowerment. If you are a carpenter, you're cultivating, focusing on the simplicity of how to alchemize one element into something else that really offers support to folks. That's at least one way to look at it. And so with that said, the purpose that I define for myself in my life and the energy in which I am working to embody daily are the energies of joy, love, play, and transformation. And you'll hear this in how I relate to other human beings, just in my day-to-day. You'll hear this in my music, as well as you will hear this continuing forward in all Mindset Magic School offerings. In summary, this podcast is going to be a complete, amazing, rad... just kidding. In summary, this podcast... No. how this podcast will work. I'll be sharing interviews with amazing, brilliant souls that I have found on this planet. I'll be sharing mindset shifts through personal stories. I will also be sharing my verses, and I do intend to have some call-in shows in which y'all can call in and dialogue with me, share your mindsets, share your journey, ask any questions that you have. Before I wrap up, I just want to share that I am launching my first official course for Mindset Magic School. It is called the Mindset Magic School. It is called Mindset Magic 101. In it, I teach the 5 steps for the foundation of how to alchemize or transmute any difficult situation you're going through into gold, as well as how to move past barriers that keep you from finding the gold in anything you're going through. And I mean gold in terms of, complete alchemy. If you've ever read any fairy tales, you've probably read the one about Rumpelstiltskin. And there's a portion of it in which a woman is crafting her hair into gold. She's transmuting something that belongs to her into gold that she can offer to other folks. So that is the intention behind Mindset Magic 101, is to teach you how to take different parts of you, different layers, whether they're difficult or, easier to manage, and how to just share them as gold for other folks to find lessons in, or just share them intimately with yourself, and how to really begin to look at anything that you are experiencing as access to finding deeper learning, as well as, crafting your own mindsets for your journey. Every episode moving forward, including this one, I will be ending with a verse, an a cappella from somewhere in my music catalog. This one is yet to be released officially. It's from my upcoming LP titled Rituals. So here it goes. I remember my first rhyme back in junior high. Something about the good within us, something about the evil that's pulling us to this epicenter of what's become, with these corporations slowly stealing our souls. Perhaps it's our fault, learning to grab hold of this tightrope I balance with my eyes closed. No fear of falling when I know what pure heights. Ego spills my truest voids as I peel back low frequencies, cognitive of energies which be anything you wish. Embrace your fate. Lady Death dines for 2, once for me and once for you. Find her menacing to keep that calculated, charted through asteroid position and cosmic chaos to match her heart's brilliance. Unification through rebellion. Stand in line to get chosen. Opseat omen to lion frozen. Yeah, said opseat omen to lion frozen. Thank you for tuning in. Please be sure to subscribe. If you haven't heard any of my music, be sure to check it out. That's VIDAKILLZ on all streaming platforms. Look forward to serving you with more juicy awesomeness in the future. And I can't feel my footing. Ground beneath me has turned to sand, floating upon cosmos and thoughts of you. And I'm here holding on to hope. It's so bittersweet. Don't let them break you.